first question, the preparations this week and last week, how's it been going in terms of the squad coming together?
Firstly, it's been brilliant to get back together as a squad after what was a good autumn, and it was a great feeling coming back into camp this time. That was something that struck me. Everybody's excited to come back together, and training's been really good off the back of that. Boys have prepared well. We've got a couple of days left to do so, and we're going across to try and impose our game plan on France.
Okay, so you've played French opposition a few times. What marks out a French team?
Firstly, the French, they always kind of look at their power and their scrum game. That's a massive sort of cultural thing about the game in France. Their scrum, their driving lineouts, setting up mauls and stuff like that. So we need to make sure we stop that because that's a big part of their game, and we can't give away like penalties at scrum and give them away, 10, 15 metres driving lineouts. We can't do that. We need to stem that and get our defence off the back of that.
And in terms of the atmosphere at the Stade de France, how important is it to quieten that crowd down, because it can be a very noisy place?
Yes, that'll be very important. I think the start of the match in itself will be hugely important. It's the first game of the tournament. Be a few nerves flying about, I'm sure. And so if we can go out there in the first 20 minutes, if we really get stuck into them and just play in the right areas of the field, take the pressure off ourselves a little bit. If we're able to do that, start well, that'll put us in a good position for the rest of the 8 minutes. Sometimes it can be hard to sort of speak to each other, communicate on the field because of the noise. It's a big noisy stadium, but body language is a big one. You'll be able to read players, and especially the more you play with them, you can know what they're going to do almost in advance. So that's helpful, that's for sure. And
in terms of just the final question on the tournament itself, Scotland start off with an away fixture, and in France you can see that either way, I think, in some cases. But what do you think of the tournament as a whole and the closeness of the tournament?
It's a magnificent tournament, spectacular. I think you can look at the sort of crowds that are already coming here to Murrayfield. The Ireland game, I believe, sold out. I think there's only 1,000 tickets left for the Welsh game. So it's a brilliant tournament, and it's tough to call. The teams are playing well. Teams are probably coming back to form, stuff like that. So it's tough to call on fine margins, and it comes down to. It'll certainly come down to us, grit and determination, getting stuck in, and simple things done well, because it really is a lot of times it's fine margins. I look back to maybe the French game here last year. We probably had them on the ropes. Unfortunately, they picked up an intercept near our line, and the game pretty much flipped on its head. So we know the fine margins we're working with, and that's why we put the effort in training to make sure we prepare best we can.
Characterise what Greig is like as a captain and a player.
Like you say, maybe a bit smaller in stature but huge in heart, and he's just unbelievably knowledgeable in the game, and you see that. And when he speaks, it's not just saying generic cliche stuff as a captain. When he speaks, he says the right things at the right time, and he knows that when it's time to stop, pull the boys in, get the right messages through, and we just feed off that. And I think that's priceless when it comes to a captain and what he's got. And at the moment, he's a true leader, and that's also a big strength. We spoke about strengths before. That's a massive strength for us at the moment, is having such a figure like Greig there for us.
How difficult is that 9 role in an international? Because you've got you guys in the back row, and you've got Finn, and then you've got this linchpin in the middle, and communication during a game must be really difficult at times. So what is it that Greig does that kind of makes that area work?
I think at the end of the day it's just experience. He's played so much, he knows what to get from the forwards and how to transfer that to the backs, and he's doing that exceptionally well at the moment. He knows when to take the tempo up, he knows when to take it down. These are all key aspects of the game, and it's something that he's bringing and is making a huge difference.